this point up higher or lower, okay, to make them smile. And we're not talking about caricatures. We're talking about like real life, like realistic poses and stuff. And so just keep in mind that this distance is always going to be the same. This one right here, all right? Now, this is going to move, okay, because you've got all these muscles. There's actually three, like this in the side of your face, that are here. And what they're connected to the side of your head, and they pull, okay? And they're pulling your face constantly. You've got these right here, and that's what pulls your mouth up, gives you these wrinkles here, okay? These are called your nasolabial folds, okay? Your nose folds, okay? Like that. And so that's what actually pulls them up. But if I smile like really big, this distance is still the same. Doesn't matter if my face is relaxed, frowning, whatever I want to do with my face, that distance is always going to stay the same. The edges might move up and down, but that's always going to stay in the same place. And so depending on the age of your nasolabials is going to define your face. So like when we're doing the puppets, like this guy is fairly young. While he has nasolabials, we don't want to put him in a puppet because he's supposed to be a younger dude. But we've got this older guy here, and we're like, well, he's an older gentleman, so we need to have some nasolabials, and so we put those in there. That's why a lot of people will not draw them. Okay, and if you draw them on a character, they will always look old. Yes, you can mitigate that a little bit by not drawing them as far, okay? If you do just like a short nasolabial, like up in here, just a short one, it's like middle-aged. You start bringing them down, they get older, and then eventually you're gonna have ones that kind of connect to your mouth. They're also called ventriloquist lines because they look like ventriloquist dummy lines. Yes, that's going to help define them. But you can draw them, the start of them. But that mouth shape, so wherever this line is, whatever that distance is, we can bring the mouth corner up. It's going to give them a smile. We can bring the mouth corner down. But that distance is always going to stay the same. All right? Pretty sure the guy was the murderer. That guy was the murderer. I don't know what you're talking about. Because of the sketches. So, but the reason that we get these is the nasolabials in there is because these muscles start to pull over time, all the time. And so they start to wear out the skin. You lose the collagen in here. And so that's why they become more and more defined as we age, because they are used a lot. That's why we don't get a lot of wrinkles like dead center in our face, and our noses don't wrinkle because they don't move. They have no muscles in there. But like all these in here that kind of move your eye to the side, the one that's kind of sagged down, that's what you get these wrinkles for, is because of overuse over time and the lack of collagen. Okay, true anti-aging serum would be something that allows your collagen to plump back up, and that's what they're trying to figure out. Okay, that's why people get collagen injections, but they always look wrong because the rest of their face is sagged, but that one part hasn't. I don't know what that was. So this little bump out here is actually your cheekbone. So if we were to draw a skull, you're gonna have that big bulbous thing that holds your brain stuffs. Okay, we're gonna have a cheekbone here. Okay, it's going to come in and up to that little bit of cartilage that's right here that forms your nose. Your ocular cavity is actually huge. People don't think about how big that damn ocular cavity is. Now, on a skull, on a person, depending on how they can tell a lot by how low the brow ridge is. Okay, children are going to have a lot larger bowl here and a smaller cavity there. Okay. More Caucasian people are going to have a lower brow bone, okay? And it depends on where in Caucasia you're from as to where that brow bone is going to be, okay? But the ocular cavity, which is where your eye sits, is actually quite large. And you can tell that by pressing on your face. Use your middle finger or your ring finger. Don't use your other fingers because you don't have any muscles in your ring finger. Okay, but you can see that that's actually pretty large. And there's 40% of your energy in your day, if you're not a blind person, goes to controlling the muscles around your ocular cavity. Also, a cool little tidbit is that your eyeballs, your actual fluid eyeballs, are a self-contained environment, and they are separate from your body. And if your body ever found out about the stuff inside your eyeball, it would attack them and eat them because they are considered a foreign body. And it happens to people. So if you ever puncture your eye, you need to go to the doctor immediately because it could have really bad effect on what happens to your eyeballs. Yep, because they are a self-contained system that are separate from your own body. Now, underneath that brow, that cheekbone that we have here, then we have our jaw that is in there. Now we also have this little bit that comes out here. That's going to be where your teeth connect. Okay, so you're going to have all your teeth there. I need to sharpen this pencil like really bad here. Do some artisanal sharpening here with an X-Acto blade. There we go. Wow, you're left-handed? I am. Hello, Jeezy. And so you're going to have your teeth here. If you ever want to scare yourself, go Google children's skulls, and you'll see the rows of teeth that they have before they've come down. Okay. So then we have this one here. You've got your septum in there. And that's going to give you your skull top. And then we've got our jawbone, which comes down. And depending on how beefy you are, how defined your jawbone is, you know, you could have a really low jawbone here. You could have a